Yagins for three. You betcha.
The pass to Miller outside three. Good.
Big block by Olsen.
Fryer in the paint. Now to Holzer. Left corner three. Bang! Bang! Oh!
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to Pine River-Backus High School, the site of this edition of high school boys basketball on yourliveevent.com, courtesy of Homegrown Local Radio. Today, we have a couple of Tiger teams going head-to-head, as it'll be the Cherry Tigers taking on the Pine River-Backus Tigers. Hi again, everyone. I'm Sam Parsons, and it is a pleasure being with you here this afternoon for some matinee basketball. If you are somehow tuning into this and you don't know why this game got pushed up, it is on account of snow days happening tonight. They got the banners hung up for that already. If you can see that on your screen, not sure if you can right now, but that is happening tonight, so they pushed up this game to the afternoon. And folks, there's nothing like a little sports during the day to get the kids out of the classroom and get them in this arena to cheer on their home team. On the visitor side, the Cherry Tigers coming in hot as winners of 4 games in a row by a combined deficit of 128 points. They're 13-3 on the season, ranked 18th in the state among Class A teams, and for Coach Jordan Christensen's third year with the program, it's looking to be a successful one. They're hoping to add to their win total here this afternoon. For the home Pine River-Backus Tigers, they're about 15 hours removed from a victory of their own over Kelleher Northam, which was broadcast right here on your live event last night. They're sitting at 9-10 on the season, trying to get back to 500 here this afternoon. 6-3 since returning from the holiday break, trying to make a push here in the last month of the season. Folks, we are live on video stream courtesy of yourliveevent.com. Thank you so much for joining me for what should be another entertaining game of high school basketball. Coming up, we are going to be hearing from both coaches for our Station 371 pregame show to get their thoughts on what's to come tonight. I was able to catch up with both of them earlier today. We'll start with Coach Jordan Christensen. That's after this. It is Pine River-Backus versus Cherry on yourliveevent.com.
Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River is holding a fundraising tournament Saturday, February 12th for owner Sandy Zoldi as she fights leukemia. Everyone is welcome. 2-person teams bowling 3 games, 2 p.m. start with $50 entry fee per person. There's also a benefit for Sandy at the Pine River Legion Sunday, February 20th starting at 3. Let's help save Sandy. Community Bowls fundraising tournament February 12th and benefit February 20th. Call Community Bowl at 218-587-3100 for information to register or donate.
Country Doc Veterinary Clinic in Pine River is proud to support radio coverage of our area athletes. No matter the sport, they salute the kids and coaches for all their dedication and wish them all the best of luck. Country Doc Veterinary Clinic thanks all the coaches, staff, and volunteers for taking the time to provide our area kids plenty of opportunities. Country Doc Veterinary Clinic is located east of Pine River on County Road 1, providing compassionate small animal care for your beloved pets. Joining us now for our Station 371 pregame show, it is Jordan Christensen, the coach of the Cherry Tigers. Jordan, good morning to you. Thank you for your time here.
Yeah, no problem. Good morning to you.
Pleasure talking with you here, Jordan, and it seems like it's been a successful season for your team from an outsider's perspective, sitting at 13-3 right now. But Jordan, just to put the ball in your court, pun intended here, what has been the story of this season for Cherry basketball?
The story of the season this year has been we've had guys stepping up. I mean, we have Isaac Osmo, who a lot of people know about. He's been a varsity starter since 7th grade. He's been putting up some good numbers. But I think the big difference from this year to last year is we have 3 other guys scoring in double figures and another guy scoring right around 7 or 8 a game. And there's been games where teams game plan against Isaac and they'll, able to contain him. And we have 2 or 3 other guys that step up and can score, 15 to 20 points.
How do you feel about the way your team is playing right now in comparison to how they were playing at the start of this season?
We're definitely improving. You can see it with just how Chris we're running more of our offensive sets in the beginning of the year. We were more of like a 5-out team because, we were just we weren't there timing-wise. We're starting to understand playing with each other a lot more. I mean, these guys have been playing together for a long time and got a lot of time in the summer together, but we've just added a few new pieces to the varsity rotation. And you could tell earlier on that those guys were kind of struggling with their timing or just not used to playing with each other. And I think now they're getting comfortable with one another.
Now, Jordan, your roster is kind of unique in that you have a lot of family or relatives that are playing with each other. We were talking before we got on here. You have 3 sets of twins, another pair of brothers, and then a cousin to those 2 brothers. I just wanted to ask, is there a chemistry factor there? Like, do your kids, do you think, have better chemistry because they're related than other teams might have?
Yeah, I think you're onto something there. Like I said earlier, these guys have been playing together for a long time. I mean, so and they're different ages, So we have the Awesomas, the 7th grader, 8th grader, 10th grader. But just because it's a small school, all those kids have played with the Cerna twins that are seniors and the Mancini twins that are seniors and the Rootsline twins that are sophomores. They've all played together on the same team and have open gyms together. And, you can tell when they're playing there is a certain chemistry with those guys.
All right, and now on to your opponent here in Pine River-Backus, Jordan. This is a matchup that hasn't happened at all in recent past, at least not during the season from what I can tell, and it's also out of section. So it begs the question, what do you know about PRB's team this year, and what's your approach been in practice in the lead-up to this matchup?
PRB is very solid team. They've had a really tough schedule early on. They've played teams like Nevis and Cass Lake, and they played those teams tough. I mean, early in the season, I believe they had an 8-point game against Nevis and like a 12 or 13-point game against Cass Lake, and Cass Lake is currently number 1 in state. So they can definitely hang with the big dogs. And I mean, they played Nevis better than we did. We had Nevis a couple weeks ago, and they gave it to us pretty good. And we had Cass a week ago, and we had about a similar score as they did. So I see us being pretty similar. And they're solid overall. I've seen them on film, and they don't have a glaring weakness.
Certainly hoping for a good matchup between you guys. A couple of Tiger teams going at it for this game. Excited for it from the broadcaster's perspective. This was Jordan Christensen, coach of the Cherry Tigers, joining us for our Station 371 pregame show. Jordan, appreciate your time here. Thank you very much for the chat, and best of luck to you against PRB.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sam.
It is the Station 371 pregame show as the Pine River-Backus Tigers are set to host the Cherry Tigers in matinee basketball this afternoon on yourliveevent.com. Coming up, we'll be hearing from Coach Jordan Ackerman of PRB after a quick break.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you.
Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Hannikin Insurance Agency is proud to support today's coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Pierce, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
And welcome back to our Station 371 pregame show. Sam Parsons with you here, now joined by Jordan Ackerman, coach of the PRB Tigers here. Jordan, we were talking before we got started here. You said the game last night was a bit of an ugly one just 15 hours ago, but you got the win. You have to win the ugly ones, and you did that. So just wanted to ask, what were your observations from that game? Why was it ugly?
Yeah, no, it was a good team win, and like I told the boys in the locker room, said, we just need to win this game. And get to today. With that short turnaround, I knew I needed to limit our minutes a little bit. So some of the starters weren't real happy with me, but I knew that it was going to be a quick turnaround versus a really athletic Cherry team today, so we needed our fresh legs. But we had a lot of guys step up. Barron, Caden, Ethan, Tate, Burke, they all stepped up. Robert had a good start last night. So a ton of guys stepped up in different ways. And kudos to that second group last night. They came in and got the job done in the last 6 minutes and secured a Tiger win for us.
Yeah, the most important thing, of course, is that you got that win. After the game, knowing that you were going to have such a short turnaround, what did you tell the team? What advice did you give the guys for resting up here?
Yeah, just the same as usual. Get good nutrition, just kind of some of the routines, what today's going to look like, and basically just rest up. Hopefully they did. They went home, got a lot of rest, and were recovered today. Especially with the snow days, they have a lot of different things on their mind, which is a lot different than a normal day. So just went over some of the things that we need to do, execute here on the floor as well.
Now, you said just a couple minutes ago that it's a tough team tonight here in Cherry that you got, or this afternoon in Cherry that you got coming at you here. I know it's a very high-scoring offense. That's what I know about them. They have a good record this season, but just what's the scouting report on Cherry, and what's your approach going to be specifically on the defensive side here this afternoon?
Yeah, we have the size advantage on them. They would have the speed advantage. They're young, they're fast, they can shoot the ball. So defensively tonight, our plan is to kind of mix up defenses. We'll see a little bit of zone out of us, which we don't play a lot. We'll try to match up a few possessions here and there, try to just keep them on their toes offensively, contest their shooters, finish possessions with box outs. We just need to keep them on their toes, so that's kind of our game plan defensively.
How important is it to prove yourself as the better Tiger team here?
Oh, it's always important. We've had a lot of Tigers. We played Browerville Tigers, Nevis Tigers, now the Cherry Tigers. So hopefully we can come out on top for one of them, because I think we're 0 for 3 versus Tigers teams right now. So hopefully we can get her done today.
Yeah, looking to get off the schneid here. Jordan Ackerman, coach of the PRB Tigers, joining us for our Station 371 pregame show. Jordan, appreciate your time as always, and best of luck to you guys today.
Thank you. I got to give a shout out to all the kids in the classrooms watching today and our fans that are out in the crowd cheering us on. We appreciate all the support, and go Tigers tonight.
Go Tigers. This is the Station 371 pregame show here on yourliveevent.com before the PRB Tigers take on the Cherry Tigers. We'll have more for our pregame show after a word from our sponsors.
This is Jim Berkemar, owner of R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Together with Bernie, we're inviting you to join us on a tour of Victoria, Vancouver, and the Canadian Rockies, July 14th through 23rd. On this tour, we'll visit historic Victoria, tour the breathtaking Butchert Gardens, and experience the stunning scenery of the Canadian Rockies via rails train. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ. Learn more about this tour and watch the travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure. Remember the keyword RJ.
Coming June 23rd through the 25th at Brainerd International Raceway, the Midwest Premier Country and Rock Festival. Lakes Jam presented by R&J Broadcasting. On the Bud Light main stage, hear John Party, Tesla, Gabby Barrett, Warrant, Kix, Mark Wills, and more. It's more than a music festival with watercross, drifting, poker tourneys, lawnmower racing, and more. For tickets and more information, visit lakesjam.com.
Back with you here at Pine River-Backus High School from the Cub Foods Brainerd Baxter Studios. Sam Parsons with you. We just heard our conversation with both coaches in advance of today's game. Big thank you once again to Coach Jordan Christensen of Cherry and, of course, Coach Jordan Ackerman of Pine River-Backus for giving me their thoughts on what's to come here this afternoon. And now let's take a look at this matchup on paper, folks. It looks like it's a good one. We'll start with the road Cherry Tigers. They are ranked 18th among Class A teams in the state of Minnesota, 13-3, coached by the aforementioned Jordan Christensen in his third year as head coach. They last played on Monday, getting the win over Chisholm, 87-64. It was their fourth win in a row, and all four wins have been by over 20 points. Their three losses this season have all come against teams currently ranked in the top 15 in the state among Class A teams as well. Also, a fun note about this Cherry team is that they have a lot of blood relatives in their lineup. As I mentioned earlier, their starting five have two different last names between them. They have a pair of brothers and a cousin to those two brothers, and then a pair of twins, and then two other sets of twins on this Cherry bench on top of that. So I just thought that was an interesting thing about this team. They're scoring 76.5 points per game as a team, surrendering 52.2. For the PRB Tigers, 9-10 on the season, coached by Jordan Ackerman, fresh off a win last night over Kelleher Northam, 61-53. Senior Robert Buchers led the way for the Tigers with 19 points, while his brother Andrew tallied 15. In the words of Coach Jordan Ackerman, a bit of an ugly win. But as a wise man once said, you got to win the ugly ones. Every team is going to have ugly games here and there. The good teams are going to win those ugly games. So it's a good thing that PRB got the win last night, especially considering, as he mentioned, they had to rest some of their starters in anticipation of this game being less than 24 hours later. My assessment is that PRB has played a significantly more difficult schedule this season than Cherry has. They've played 5 games against Class 2A teams compared to 0 for Cherry, and they've played Nevis twice, Catholic-Vino once, and Belgrade Bruton Alrosa as well, all of whom are top 20 in the state. Those games make up almost all of the losses for PRB this season. So what I mean to say by this is I'm not making a point as to which team is better. You know, you can draw your own conclusions, but I will say that I don't think that the win-loss record here is an accurate reflection of the gap between Cherry and Pine River-Backus. I think that if you just look at wins and losses, then PRB obviously looks substantially worse. But they've played a much more difficult schedule, as I mentioned, and of course wins and losses in a small sample size can sometimes, actually a lot of times, not be indicative of team quality. So I actually think that this is a much more evenly matched team on paper. And then it would lend itself to, just by a quick glance, and I'll get to that point in a second, but just PRB scoring 59.3 points per game this season as a team, allowing 61.9 points per game. History of this matchup, there really isn't one. As I mentioned in our conversation with Coach Jordan Christensen, hasn't happened in at least the last 20 years. I don't know if this is the first time that these two programs have ever faced each other. I would doubt it, but it is at least the first time in a very long time. So a fresh matchup for you guys here on the interwaves. As far as that point that I was just making a couple minutes ago about PRB and Cherry being a little more evenly matched on paper than the win and loss record would suggest, they have played some common opponents this season, as Coach Christensen alluded to. PRB lost to Catholic-Vino this season by 14. Cherry lost to them by 12. Very similar deficits there. PRB also played twice against Nevis, lost those 2 games by an average of 16 points, while Cherry played them once and lost to them by 22. So, again, you can draw your conclusions from these things, whatever conclusions that you want. I'm just saying I think that this is a little closer of a matchup on paper than it would at first appear. So, hoping for a close one here. As far as keys to the game go, well, PRB, for them a lot does have to go right. When you're facing a team like Cherry that's very, very good, very, very athletic, and you are the underdog, a lot does need to go right for you. It starts with your shooting. PRB can get hot. They've had nights where they've gotten really hot on offense. They've also had some prolonged stretches where they've been a little cold from the field. Going to need to be a hot one here this afternoon for them. They also, of course, turnover battle going to be key. That's kind of a bare bones analysis. Yeah, the turnover battle always going to be big in basketball. Also, Coach Jordan Ackerman mentioned they have a bit of a size advantage over Cherry as well. PRB does. The Cherry roster isn't all that different from PRB height-wise, but their starting lineup does have players that are a little bit deficient in size. So for Cherry, I'm going to say that the key for them is going to be that outside shooting, and for PRB, it's going to be getting their good players down low. I mean, guys like Ryan Struess, he's going to need a big game down in the post, really using his size to his advantage because he is taller than anybody that Cherry has. So that, I think, is the key for PRB in this game and Cherry. The keys for PRB and Cherry in this game. And this has been your Station 371 pregame show. A big thank you to Station 371 for sponsoring our pregame show. You can restock on food, fuel, and bait at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 has bait and tackle, quality Cenex gasoline, and is the only area fuel station with kerosene and off-road diesel. Station 371 in Pine River. Folks, we're going to step aside. They'll probably play the national anthem here momentarily. We'll come back to announce the starting lineups and get to opening tip-off for this matinee affair between the Pine River-Backus Tigers and the Cherry Tigers, watching us here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River is once again hosting a breast cancer fundraising tournament. Have some fun and help out a great cause Saturday, January 29th. Everyone is welcome to this 9-pin no-tap tournament starting at 9 a.m. $35 tax-deductible entry fee. Please consider donating items to the silent auction to raise even more. We'll come pick it up. Community Bowl and Pizzeria's Breast Cancer Fundraising Tournament, January 29th. Call Community Bowl at 218-587-3100 for more information, to register, or donate. At R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, we aspire to provide the best in local sports coverage for our area teams. Listen to our Wake the Lakes morning show for local news, weather, and sports every weekday morning from 6 to 9. If you're enjoying the video coverage for the PRB Tigers, thank the sponsoring businesses you see advertising. They make it possible. If you're a business owner and want to reach our viewers and listeners, go to yourliveevent.com and click Advertise. That's yourliveevent.com. Great people, economic viability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools also offers a variety of community ed programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community, making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family. PRBschools.org.
The PRB Boosters are...
Welcome back to Pine River-Backus High School from the Cup Foods Brainerd and Baxter studio. Sam Parsons with you here. Just played the national anthem, and we are now ready to get rolling between the Pine River-Backus Tigers and the Cherry Tigers. We'll start here with our starting lineups, and we'll start by announcing the lineup of the visiting Cherry Tigers. For the Cherry Tigers, they are standing at 6'2", sophomore, number 3, Isaac Asama. At 6 feet, 8th grader, number 5, Noah Asama. At 5'9", 7th grader, number 10, Isaiah Asama. At 5'7", senior, number 11, Sam Cerna. And at 5'10", senior, number 23, Nick Cerna. A quick word of warning for you folks at home. Because there are only 2 different last names, and oh my goodness, they got the dimming light effects going on here. They are really going all out for this matinee game before snow days. But anyway, as far as this Cherry lineup goes, because there are only 2 different last names, I'm going to probably be referring to these players mostly by their first names, because it would just be confusing if all I said was Asama passes to Asama, etc., etc. So, anyway, we'll now move on to our starting lineup for the PRB Tigers here. Their starting lineup is as follows. They have at 5'7", junior guard, number 2, Irvin Tulinchik. At 6 feet, senior guard, number 4, Brady Bristow. At 5'11", junior guard, number 23, Jared Hamilton. At 6'3", sophomore forward, number 24, Andrew Bukers. And at 6'3", junior post player, number 40, Ryan Struess. It is going to be Jared Hamilton going up against Isaac Asama for the tip-off here. PRB going left to right, it seems. Tigers on Tigers, similar color schemes. Moments away from the start. And the tip is going to be won by Cherry right into the hands of Isaiah Asama on the right side. Isaiah gets it to Noah, down low. They get it to Isaac, and Isaac's got the first 2 points of this game. 2-0. Cherry leading PRB. Just 15 seconds in on your North Point Realty scoreboard. Here's Bristow for PRB on the right side. Bristow tries to pass this one to Struess, but it's knocked away by Cerna. Coming up with it here, it's Noah Asama. Noah back to Sam Cerna, and Sam is going to lose that one out of bounds, but they will say that Tulinchik was the last one to touch it for PRB, so Cherry will inbound it here from the baseline. Nick Cerna looking to find somebody open. He's able to find Noah Asama down low. Noah gets it to Isaac. High pointing that one was Isaac Asama, and a nice lay-in. He's got 4 points now. Here's Jared Hamilton up the floor for PRB. To the left, Bristow. Packed crowd here this afternoon for PRB as Bristow finds a gap to the bucket, lays it in, and he's got his first 2 points. Here's Isaac Asama for Cherry. Getting it into the corner to Isaiah. Back to Isaac here. Isaac tries a pass, stolen, knocked up that time by Andrew Bukers, taken by Brady Bristow. He tries a desperation floater to avoid the travel, can't get it in, and now it's rebounded by Cherry on the far side. Nick Cerna taking it to the bucket, passes away to Noah, and Noah Asama has his first 2 points of the game. 6-2, Cherry leads this one, a minute 20 into the game on your North Point Realty scoreboard here. It's Hamilton passing right side to Tulinchik. who gets it top of the key. They wrap it around the perimeter here to Hamilton again. Hamilton down low looking for Struess. Struess lost it off the foot, and it's going to get taken there by Cherry. Here's Sam Cerna handing it off to Isaiah, Isaiah passing to Isaac. Now to the right side, it's Sam Cerna to the free throw line and then kicking it out. Asama, he gives it to Cerna for three. Nick's off the mark. That goes out of bounds. We'll get a PRB inbound pass momentarily here. Tulenchik inbounds it to Bristow, and it'll be Tulenchik taking it up the floor now for the PRB Tigers. To his right, it's Hamilton. Buchers to Tulenchik on the left. Now a long three-pointer for Bristow. Sinks it! Bristow cash from long range there to cut it to a one-point game, 6-5. Here is Isaac Asama. Right side to Cerna, to Sam Cerna now from Nick. Back to Nick, down low. Isaac Asama kicks it out. Sam Cerna to Noah Asama for three. Off the rim, rebounded by Bristow. Chance here for PRB to take the lead in the early going. Bristow heads to his left. Now reverses course, stops up, passes down low to Struess. Struess kicks it out. Another long three for Bristow. Off the mark. Getting the rebound this time at Sam Cerna. Now Isaac Asama one-on-one with Bristow. And one. Nice play that time by Isaac Asama, and he'll head to the line for a potential three-point play here. Bristow committing his first personal foul there. First team foul for either team in this game. About 3 minutes into the game. A three-point game right now, pending this free throw from Isaac Asama. And he's off the mark. It's going to get rebounded that time by Hamilton. And now a pass going to go out of bounds and an immediate turnover for PRB. Cherry taking over again. We'll see what Isaac Asama does here on the inbound pass. He inbounds it to Noah. Zone defense here for PRB. Back to Isaac, to Noah. Down low, Isaac not going to miss that one. Isaac Asama now with 8 out of the 10 points that Cherry has scored so far. It's 10-5. Here's Irvin Tulenchik on the right side for PRB. Pass to an open Jared Hamilton, who's got a bit of a splint on his finger. Doesn't matter that time as he cashes in on the floater. 10-7 game. Here's Isaac Asama, or Noah Asama, excuse me. Near side finds Sam Cerna. Down low, Noah, and there's going to be a travel called on Cherry. Looked like Noah Asama might have took an extra step there. PRB ball. It's Tulenchik. Up the floor, crossing the PRB logo. He'll pass this one to Andrew Buchers, but that's going to get stolen. Great defensive play here by Sam Cerna up the left side, getting the pass away to Noah Asama, and he loses it. Now Andrew Buchers can't come up with it clean. Ryan Struess comes up with it. Now here's Jared Hamilton. PRB back with it. Bristow pump fakes on the three-pointer, and we're going to get a foul. Yeah, that one looks like it's going to be Isaac Asama, the guilty party, and indeed it is. That was his first personal foul and the first team foul of the game for Cherry. About 4 minutes into this game, 10-7 the score on your North Point Realty scoreboard. Hamilton passes to Tulenchik. And Tulenchik trying to get by Sam Cerna here as it's man-to-man defense for Cherry. Now into the corner to Hamilton on the far side. Hamilton takes it in, hands it off to Buchers, and he gets blocked but fouled in the process, that time by Isaac Asama, who didn't look happy with the call, but he's going to have to take it, and that was his second personal. Second team foul of the half as well. Andrew Buchers at the line to shoot two. First one for Buchers, nothing but net. And now looks like a substitution perhaps. Nope, no substitution coming. Thought that the coach was for Cherry was gonna call for one. Didn't happen. Buchers second of two, got it. And now it's a 10-9 ball game. Oh, indeed. We do have a substitution. It's just for PRB as Andrew subs out for his brother Robert Buchers, the senior now in the game, as Isaac Asama takes it up the floor for Cherry. To his right, he's going to have Sam Cerna. Cerna, one of the twin Cerna brothers, gets it to Isaac Asama. Now to Nick Cerna for the floater, and he's got it. Lead back to 3 for Cherry. Here's Bristow. Trying to get by Isaiah Osma. He'll pass left side to Tulinchik. Tulinchik. Nice pass down low to Struess. Perfectly placed, and Struess converts for 2. 12-11 the score now as Cerna hands this one. Isaac Osma, nice pass across the way to Nick Cerna for 3. Money. Quieting the crowd that time was Nick Cerna to extend the lead to 4. 15-11 here for Bristow with the ball for PRB. Getting by Isaiah Osma, still man-to-man defense for Cherry. Here's Hamilton, a pass off the foot of Isaac Osma, and coming up with it, it's Nick Cerna down the floor, coast to coast, misses the layup. Here's Bristow coming up with it, but now the ball squirts away. Tulinchik comes up with it and gets it to Struess. An aggressive pass up here finds Robert Bukers. He misses the layup, but Bristow comes back with it and puts it back in. What a play! PRB draws within 2. It's 15-13. Cerna to Nick Cerna. Zone defense here for PRB. Nick down low finds Isaiah Osma. Now Noah open for 3. Off the rim, but rebounded by Isaiah Osma. He kicks it out to Nick Cerna. Back to Isaiah, into the corner to Isaac. Isaac across the way finds Sam for 3. Off the mark. Fighting for the rebound that time was Robert Bukers, but he couldn't get it. Noah Osma kicks it out to Isaac, who misses the 3, and this time it's Struess coming up with it. No more second chances for Cherry. 12 minutes to go in the first half. It's 15-13. PRB with a chance to tie or take the lead here. Tulinchik, right side. Cerna reached for it, couldn't get it. Tulinchik looking for the foul, couldn't get it. Now Bristow for 3. Misses short. Collecting the rebound, it's Isaiah, but he gets the ball stolen from him as Hamilton takes it in, misses. Bristow there to put it back. Excellent second chance points for Brady Bristow, and the energy really palpable here at PRB as the game is now tied 15 apiece. Jordan Christensen of Cherry takes a timeout, so we'll take a break. We'll come back in about 30 seconds. Watching us here on yourliveevent.com, it is Pine River-Backus versus Cherry boys basketball.
Coverage of the Tigers. Like them on Facebook for events and fundraisers. The PRB Boosters could use your help. Be part of great events and fundraisers, all built to give back and present more opportunities for the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information or to get started, email prboosterclub1.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month at 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Boosters.
And welcome back to Pine River-Backus High School. Sam Parsons with you here. We got a tie game. 6.5 minutes in. It's 15-15 on your North Point Realty scoreboard. Brady Bristow, the star of the show so far for Pine River-Backus. He has 9 points. For Cherry, it's been Isaac Osma who has 8. Ready to resume play following the timeout. Isaac will take it up the floor for the Cherry Tigers. The 6'2" Osma kicks this one out to Sam Cerna, who's open for 3. He misses short, and that's going to go out of bounds. Admirable effort that time for Nick Cerna, trying to save that one from going out of bounds. Couldn't do it, so here's Jared Hamilton taking it up the floor now for Pine River-Backus. He's able to get by Isaac. On the left, he's got Bristow. They wrap it around the perimeter here to Tulinchik. Sam Cerna on Tulinchik, swats it away, but Tulinchik comes back up with it. Now tries an aggressive pass, that time for Bukers, knocked away to Bristow here. Bristow to the elbow, has Struess. Struess takes it in, puts it up, misses. Bukers can't get the rebound. Coming up with it instead, it's Isaac Osma. Right side, here's Cerna into the corner to the other Cerna, Nick. Nick gets it. Osma to Osma. Isaac down low finds Isaiah, and he puts it off the glass and in for 2. 17-15, Cherry taking the lead. Hamilton getting by Isaac Osma. Now by Nick Cerna down the baseline, tries to pass it to Bristow. Ball rolling around here. Coming up with it is Cherry. Osma passes this one to Noah. Noah lays it up off the backboard and in for his 4th point. 19-15, about 10 minutes left in the first half here. Tulinchik with the ball for PRB. Getting by Sam Cerna. Still man-to-man defense for Cherry. Now we're going to get a turnover. Oh, excuse me, no turnover. They're going to say that Isaiah Osma, the last one to touch it, just barely so before it went out of bounds, so PRB will hang on to it. Bristow to inbound it. He gets it into Irvin Tulinchik. Now to the right side, they find Hamilton. Bukers, Tulinchik, down low, good pass to Struess, but now a good defensive play by Isaiah Osma, but potentially, oh, no foul. They're going to say that one is on PRB, so Cherry ball here. A 4-point lead for Cherry after the timeout, or a 4-point run, I should say, trying to extend it here. And now Isaac Osma kicks it out. Nick Cerna back to Isaac. Baseline, Osma, what a layup. Nice coordination. 10 points now for Isaac Osma as it's 21-15. Hamilton for PRB. Pat to the bucket, lays it up, off the backboard, he misses. A good rebound again by Osma, who rushes this one up to Nick Cerna. Cerna on the layup, misses off the backboard, but Isaiah there for reinforcements. Gets the putback, and now an 8-point run by Cherry silences the crowd. And we're going to get a timeout from Coach Jordan Ackerman of PRB to try to get things settled down out there for his Tigers. With that, we'll step aside for a quick minute, and we will be back to pick up our coverage of Pine River-Backus versus Cherry boys basketball on yourliveevent.com.
Schrupp Excavating LLC is ready to serve you with any excavation project. Schrupp Excavating provides residential and commercial new construction site prep, demolition, road and driveway construction, basements, septic system design and installation, stump or brush removal, and delivery of sand, gravel, rock, dirt, and more. 37 years and still digging it right. Schrupp Excavating will have your project done right and on time, serving Pine River, Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Schrupp Excavating LLC, online at schruppexcavating.com.
Back with you here for some matinee basketball. And again, reason that this game got pushed up so far is because of Snow Days, the dance tonight. And by the way, the Snow Days King and Queen were announced for PRB. It was Emily Hannikin, the Snow Days Queen, and the King was Owen Carlson. A big congratulations to those two seniors. Both of them play sports, of course, that we cover with homegrown local radio, as the inbound pass after the timeout goes to Jared Hamilton. And now PRB around the perimeter. They finally get a ball down low to Struess. Back out to Hamilton here. Hamilton on the left side. Good handles, kicks it out. Andrew Bucher's open for three. Got it! Picture perfect shot for Andrew Buchers to cut the lead to 5. Across the way, Sam Cerna for Cherry. Kicks it out, Noah Osima to Nick Cerna. Nick to Isaac, top of the key. Isaac kicks it out. Passing, Noah Osima in the corner. Down low to Isaac. Isaac backing down Bristow. Steps back, passes. Nick Cerna on the left. Cerna is going to travel with it. Caught him walking. And that's going to turn the ball back over to PRB, who suddenly has an opportunity to draw within a score. Make it a one-possession game with a score here. Tulinchik, good pass to Hamilton. Chest pass back to Tulinchik from Buchers. Down low looking for Struess. Can Struess save it? He does, but right into the hands of Isaac Osima, who throws it up. Isaiah Osima almost blocked that time by Bristow, but it goes in anyway. Almost an amazing defensive play, but Isaiah Osima gets the credit for 2. Here's a 25-18 score now for Cherry, leading by 7 on your North Point Realty scoreboard. Struess with the ball for PRB. Hands this one off to Tulinchik, now back to Hamilton. Hamilton kicks it out to Bristow. Bristow getting by Isaiah. Passes. Tulinchik. Down low to Struess. We have a foul. And the shot counts. Great wherewithal by Ryan Struess there to knock that one down. And it's now 25-20, potentially a 4-point game if Struess converts the 3-point play. And now a brief conversation between coach and official. Coach Jordan Christensen might be wondering why that shot counted. Not going to stop play, though, as Struess banks in the free throw to convert the 3-point play, and now it is 25-21. ready to go. It's Isaac Asama. Isaac trying to pass into the corner to Nick Cerna. Almost goes out of bounds, but Nick able to save it there. Top of the key, Isaiah. Andrew Bucher's all over him defensively. Now it's kicked out to Sam Cerna into the corner to Noah. Noah shifts to his right. Now back across the way to Nick Cerna. Now Noah open for three. Bang. Money on the three-pointer that time was Noah Asama, and it's now a 7-point game again. Here's Bristow. Tulinchik back to Bristow in the corner. Bristow fires a pass across the way, and that's going to be over the outstretched arm of Andrew Buchers, and that'll turn the ball over as it heads out of bounds. Cherry looking to extend their lead here, as it is Isaac Asama taking up the floor. To the left, he's going to find Sam Cerna. Back to Isaac. 2-3 zone for the PRB Tigers. Isaiah Asama to Noah. Good pass that time. Kicking it out. Isaiah on the move. Has it for two. 8 points now for Isaiah Asama. Right behind his cousin, Isaac, who has 10. It's 30-21. Hamilton with the ball for PRB near half court. Able to get by Asama, floats it up, but misses off the rim, and it's rebounded by Isaac. Here's Sam Cerna for Cherry. He'll kick it out. Isaiah for three. Knocks it down. A big three-pointer that time for Cherry, as that extends the lead now to 12. And it's 33-21. PRB trying to get back in this one. Here's Irvin Tulinchik to his right, finding Andrew Buchers. Andrew, spin move, puts it in off the glass. What a play. 10-point game now. Sam Cerna with the ball for Cherry. Some good aggressive defense here by PRB, but Cherry has navigated it very well. They've done a great job passing in the early going here as Isaac Asama kicks it out to Nick Cerna. Now to Sam on the right. On the wing, kicking it out. Noah Asama, top of the key. Pump fakes, left side. Has Nick back to Sam on the right. Sam from the elbow will pass out this time to Isaac. Isaac gets by Hamilton, and a nice pass to the bucket. He'll take it and make the two-point layup. 35-23 the score on your North Point Realty scoreboard. Here's Tulinchik to the right, finding Hamilton. Chest pass now to Buchers, around the perimeter, back to Tulinchik here. Top of the key, Bristow, a long three-pointer, short. But coming up with the rebound, Robert Buchers, ball knocked out. They're going to say that Buchers was the last one to touch it. And that'll give the ball back to Cherry here, as now Ryan Struess is going to sub in for Irvin Tulinchik. A substitution for Cherry as well. The first one that they have had in this game. Nick Cerna is out. Now in the game, it is Caleb Reinerson subbing in for him, giving him a blow. Here is Isaac Asama on the left for Cherry. Can he get through the 2-3 zone? No, he kicks it out to Sam Cerna for three. Off the mark, Bristow gets the rebound. Bristow works it up to Struess here on the left side. Now back to him, but that's going to get by Bristow, and Sam Cerna with a path to take it all the way. Lays it in and one. Spectacular play that time by Sam Cerna, transitioning from defense to offense, and he took the foul that time from Hamilton as well. Second team foul of the half for PRB. With 4 minutes and 23 seconds left in the half, Cerna converts the three-point play with the free throw there. And now it's a 15-point ball game. Inbounded here to Jared Hamilton, the PRB Tigers. Hamilton still with it. He'll pass right side here to Andrew Buchers. PRB looking for an opening here. We've seen some good man-to-man defense from Cherry as well. Hamilton down the baseline, looking for a man, finds one in Robert Buchers, who puts it in off the backboard for two. Nice job that time, and a nice pass from Jared Hamilton. And now looks like we're going to get a travel called on Noah Asama on the far side. That'll give the ball back to PRB. A chance now, 3:52 left in the first half. Chance for PRB to cut into the lead even further. They're going to want to get on a run here before halftime. Establish some momentum, going to need it going up against the top 20 team in the state, and if that pass not going to do it here, as it's going to be stolen by Sam Cerna and then knocked out of bounds by Irvin Tulenchik, turning the ball back over to Cherry. We'll see Reinerson inbound it here from the baseline for the Cherry Tigers. He gets it into Noah, top of the key. Sam Cerna pulls up at the free throw line, cashes in on the jump shot. 40-25 the score now. Bristow kicks this one out to Bukers. Now he kicks it out after taking it in. PRB around the perimeter here. Struess down low looking for Bukers. Stolen that time by Reinerson. Noah Osma a little too aggressive on the pass up to Isaiah, and that's going to go out of bounds, turning the ball back over to PRB. Haven't seen too many of those from Cherry. Turnovers, that is. Been very disciplined on offense. Inbounded here to Bristow. PRB has done an admirable job on offense as well, I think, against a pretty stout Cherry defense so far. But now a turnover forced by Sam Cerna into the hands of Isaiah Osama, taking it and not looking back with the layup there. It's now 42-25. PRB trying to eat into this deficit a little bit here. Bristow to Bukers. Down low, they find Robert Bukers, who's going to miss that one off the bottom of the backboard. Rebounded by Sam Cerna. Cerna kicks it out. Isaac Osma, pat to the bucket, takes a foul. No, never mind. He charges on Irvin Tulenchik. Way to take it that time, Irvin. Under the net. Jordan Christensen of Cherry not happy about the call. That was the third personal foul already for Isaac Osma, which is a pretty big deal. As now Ryan Struess with the ball for PRB, spin move, puts it off the glass and misses. Isaac gets the rebound, works it up to Isaiah here, right side. Isaiah passes wide open, Sam Cerna for three. Can't knock it down. Rebounding at that time is Struess. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go here in the first half. Tulenchik finding Bukers on the bounce pass. Back to Tulenchik, left side. Thought about the three-pointer, didn't take it. Gets it to Struess now. Out to Tulenchik for three. He is going to miss short. It's rebounded by Noah. Can Noah go coast to coast with it? He's going to get fouled that time by Struess. Noah Osma heading to the free throw line. He already has 7 points to his credit in this game, looking for 2 more. As now, no substitutions. A couple of Cherry Tigers just head to the bench to get hydrated. As they say, if you don't hydrate, you dihydrate. Or maybe it's just me that says that. Actually, no, I know it's not just me that says that. It's Noah Osma there missing his first free throw. Score holds steady at 42-25 for now, with 2 minutes to go in the first half. An impressive offensive showing so far for Cherry. I honestly don't even think that PRB's defense has been too bad. It's just been outstanding passing to this point. And Noah Osma able to make his second of 2 there to go 1 for 2 on the trip to the line, and that will bring us to a timeout. Taken this time by Coach Jordan Ackerman, by Coach Jordan Christensen of Cherry. So 18-point game, 43-25. We'll step aside, hear a word from our sponsors, and we will return with coverage of Pine River-Backus versus Cherry Boys Hoops on yourliveevent.com.
Restock on food, fuel, and baits at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 has bait and tackle, quality Cenex gasoline, off-road diesel, and is the only stop with #1 diesel. Make sure to stop by to wash off the sand and salt with their indoor car wash, open when the temp is at least 26 degrees. They'll hook you up with your fishing and hunting licenses too. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
And welcome back to PRB High School. Sam Parsons with you, fresh off the timeout. PRB on offense. It's Irvin Tulenchik, left side with it. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. PRB trying to eat into an 18-point deficit, and now Tulenchik has the ball stolen from him by Sam Cerna. Good pass to Isaac Osma, who gets the height and puts it in off the glass for an easy 2 points, and now it's a 20-point game. Cherry on a massive run right now. Here with it, it's Struess on the left. A scoring drought for PRB right now. Trying to end it here is Buchers. He'll get it down low to Tulenchik, kicking it out here to Hamilton, and now to Struess again. Back to Hamilton. Into the corner, he's got Buchers. PRB looking for an opening against good man defense now. Here's Robert Buchers, fouled on the play that time. It looks like Caleb Reinerson's going to be the guilty party there. That was his first personal foul. That will send Robert Buchers to the line to shoot 2 free throws. This is his first trip to the charity stripe in this game. First one rims out. Score holds steady at 45-25 here with 1:13 left in the first half. Buchers second. Can't find the bottom of the bucket, but Struess coming up with the rebound and the putback. Good stuff. So a 2-point trip anyway for PRB as a team, 45-27. Noah Asma lays that one up, an impressive one. That time going to give him 2 points. 47-27 the score now. Here's Tulenchik getting by the defense, and now we're going to get a foul that time called on Isaac Asma, and that's huge because that is going to put him in foul trouble here with a minute left in the first half. That's actually a big blow for Cherry, as Isaac Asma, not only the tallest player for Cherry, he's also clearly one of the best for them as well. He is going to be out for the foreseeable future now. Back in the game is Nick Cerna, and now a foul going to get called right away on PRB. It was Jared Hamilton. They called him for shoving. That was his second personal foul. 4th team foul of the half for PRB. Cherry has committed 6 as a team. Noah Asma near side finding Nick Cerna. Cerna on the left will pass right side to Sam. Sam Cerna, the other senior Cerna, gets it away to Isaiah Asma. Isaiah down low to Noah. He'll kick it out to Nick Cerna. Cerna to Sam this time. Isaiah Asma catches the pass, layup one-timer off the mark, rebounded by PRB. 30 seconds left in the half. What can the PRB Tigers do to close out the first half with some momentum? It's Bristow back in the game, kicking it out. Jared Hamilton back to Bristow, 20 seconds left. Bristow pump fakes the three-pointer, steps back, another pump fake. He'll hand it now to Tulenchik. Under 15 seconds. Tulenchik steps back. I think PRB is going to try to get one just before the half end. 7 seconds. Hamilton tries a 3 off the mark. Can Bristow save it? He does, but he'll step out of bounds with 1 second left. He tried to reset to take a 3-pointer right before the half, could not do it in bounds. And so now with 1 second left, we'll see if Cherry tries to put a desperation shot up, if they even can. Noah Asma heaves this one deep. Oh, that's going to hit the backboard. Had the distance, but not the line. And that will bring us to the halftime break. 47-27, an impressive offensive performance in the first half by Cherry. PRB going to look to rebound in the second half. We'll see how they try to do that coming up. But first, of course, we got to get to our halftime show. We'll get our stats, all that good stuff in order during a break, and we'll come back to recap the first half and look ahead to the second half here at Pine River-Backus High School. It is PRB versus Cherry Boys Hoops, courtesy of Homegrown Local Radio.
PRB Tigers Action with your live event is made possible by the advertising businesses you see throughout this broadcast. They help ensure that we can bring you the coverage at the best price, free. Please thank and support our sponsoring businesses. If you own a business or your organization wants to reach the listeners and viewers of your live event and RNJ Broadcasting Incorporated, go to yourliveevent.com and click advertise or contact one of the offices in Brainerd or Aiken. Enjoy the broadcast.
Coming June 23rd through the 25th at Brainerd International Raceway, the Midwest Premier Country and Rock Festival. Lakes Jam presented by R&J Broadcasting. On the Bud Light main stage, hear John Party, Tesla, Gabby Barrett, Warrant, Kicks, Mark Wills, and more. It's more than a music festival with watercross, drifting, poker tourneys, lawnmower racing, and more. For tickets and more information, visit lakesjam.com.
Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River is holding a fundraising tournament Saturday, February 12th for owner Sandy Zoldi as she fights leukemia. Everyone is welcome. Two-person teams bowling 3 games, 2 p.m. start with $50 entry fee per person. There's also a benefit for Sandy at the Pine River Legion Sunday, February 20th starting at 3. Let's help save Sandy. Community Bowls fundraising tournament February 12th and benefit February 20th. Call Community Bowl at 218-587-3100 for information to register or donate.
Country Doc Veterinary Clinic in Pine River is proud to support radio coverage of our area athletes. No matter the sport, they salute the kids and coaches for all their dedication and wish them all the best of luck. Country Doc Veterinary Clinic thanks all the coaches, staff, and volunteers for taking the time to provide our area kids plenty of opportunities. Country Doc Veterinary Clinic is located east of Pine River on County Road 1, providing compassionate small animal care for your beloved pets.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you.
Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Hannikin Insurance Agency is proud to support today's coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Pierce, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
Welcome back to Pine River-Backus High School. St. Parsons with you folks here as we've hit halftime. PRB Tigers trailing 47-27 to Cherry. As right now, I think that there's like a 3-point contest going on the floor right now for halftime. Looking like a fun time out there, but we got a first half of basketball to talk about, and as you can imagine from the score, one heck of a performance offensively for Cherry in that first half, specifically from the 3 Asama relatives. I say relatives because 2 of them are brothers and 1 of them is a cousin. I got that verified from Coach Jordan Christensen before our pregame chat that we had with him. Just scoring stats that we had from that first half. Brady Bristow led the PRB Tigers with 9 points, followed by Andrew Buchers and Ryan Struess, who each contributed 7. Jared Hamilton and Robert Buchers each added 2 for the Tigers. That's how the first half scoring was done. For the Cherry Tigers, they were led in this one in the first half by Isaac Asama, who had 14 points, Isaiah Asama with 13, Noah Asama with 10, and then Sam and Nick Cerna each contributed 5 points. So did not see a lot of substitutions in that first half from Cherry. They really stuck with their starting 5 for the vast majority of the time. It was really only late in that first half, about a minute left in the half. A big development for Cherry was that Isaac Asama, their tallest player and also clearly, again, one of their best, the guy who led the team in scoring in that first half, got into foul trouble already. He's got 4 personal fouls, so we'll see how aggressive Cherry is in using him in the second half here. I imagine with a 20-point lead, they're not going to be putting him in unless PRB is able to mount a comeback here. But definitely a situation to monitor there, because if PRB can take advantage of his absence, then they could feasibly have a path back into this game. All it takes really is just 1 run to change the complexion of things. And 1 run against Cherry without Isaac Asama, a lot easier than a big run against Cherry with Isaac Asama, I will say that. So, again, I think that the story of that first half was the passing, specifically from Cherry's offense. They were fantastic moving the ball. And I asked Coach Jordan Christensen, half joking, half seriously, if having so many relatives on his team, so many people that were related to each other, that most likely played a lot of basketball growing up, if that helped their chemistry at all. And he said, yeah, I think it does. They have, again, 3 Asamas and 2 Cernas in their starting 5, and nobody else in there that's not related to them. They have 2 other pairs of twins on their bench. So it's just kind of nuts to think about a team that's got so many people that have known each other for their entire lives and likely played a lot of basketball with each other over the years. They've clearly developed really great chemistry, and they've been able to, again, pass the ball extremely well against a PRB defense that really has, again, not been too bad, I don't think. They haven't left super wide open passing lanes or anything, and they have been able to generate a couple of turnovers on some good defensive plays. Sometimes you just got to tip your cap. Cherry doing a great job moving the ball around in really nuanced and athletic ways. They got a lot of speed, as Coach Jordan Ackerman said as well. They've been using that to their advantage. PRB unable to use their size advantage really in that first half either. Ryan Struess, again, 7 points. I think that PRB was probably hoping for a better game offensively for him, and I think that Ryan probably was as well. But Cherry's defense has been really sticky in the first half. They were great on defense as well. You know, when you have a 20-point lead against a team like PRB, which is no slouch, then you're playing really good basketball on both sides of the floor, and they are certainly doing that. Obviously devoted to shutting down that, are really just covering up that weakness that they have, that lack of size. They've done a great job doing that and really neutralizing Struess in the paint, and really anybody from PRB that's gotten in the paint. I mean, heck, Andrew Bukers is taller than anybody that Cherry has on their team, and he hasn't been too much of a factor down low either. His points have mostly come from just the field. I mean, he made a 3-pointer and 2 free throws. These are 5 of his 7 points right there. And so he obviously, again, has not been too much of a factor down low. Cherry has done a great job with their post defense and passing the ball on offense, and those I think are the 2 reasons why they find themselves up by 20 points here. So as far as keys to the second half goes, I would say for Cherry it's keep doing that. You know, keep playing really good defense, especially down low with their man-to-man defense, because that has really worked out for them so far. And of course, just keep passing the ball well. For PRB, they really need to step up their game on defense. I mean, they can't be playing defensively the way that they probably do against most other teams. They have to really keep their head on a swivel for these passes that Cherry has been able to make. So better defense against those passes. We'll see if Jordan Ackerman if he tries to switch it up a little bit more here in the second half. Played mostly zone in that first half. We'll see if he tries to go for a more man-to-man approach. I mean, again, kind of up to him about whether that will accomplish anything, whether he thinks that'll accomplish anything. He obviously knows a lot better than me on that. So offensively for PRB, it's going to just be, I think, being a little more aggressive at shooting. And that's kind of what you have to do when you're down by 20. You really have to take some big shots. That's what I think. When you're down by so much, you know, what do you have anything to lose? That's kind of my personal mindset. So those are just some keys to the second half, folks. Got about a minute before the second half gets underway, so we'll step aside, take a quick break, and we will pick up our coverage after a word from our sponsors here on YourLiveEvent.com. It is Pine River-Backus versus Cherry boys basketball.
This is Jim Berkemeier, owner of R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Together with Bernie, we're inviting you to join us on a tour of Victoria, Vancouver, and the Canadian Rockies, July 14th through 23rd. On this tour, we'll visit historic Victoria, tour the breathtaking Butchert Gardens, and experience the stunning scenery of the Canadian Rockies via rails train. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ. Learn more about this tour and watch the travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure. Remember the keyword RJ.
Coming June 23rd through the 25th at Brainerd International Raceway, the Midwest Premier Country and Rock Festival. Lakes Jam presented by R&J Broadcasting. On the Bud Light main stage, hear John Party, Tesla, Gabby Barrett, Warrant, Kix, Mark Wills, and more. It's more than a music festival with watercross, drifting, poker tourneys, lawnmower racing, and more. For tickets and more information, visit Lakes Jam.
And welcome back to Pine River-Backus High School, ready to resume play here in the second half. Just like that, PRB getting started on offense here. On the far side, Andrew Bukers with the ball, passing to Tulenchik. Tulenchik loses the grip on it, but Hamilton is there to save it. and going out of bounds. Isaiah Osama working on him defensively. Pass here to the right, down low, well-placed pass to Struess, but good defense that time by Reinerson to keep him from coming up with it cleanly, and Cherry takes over on offense. And Noah to Isaiah Osama here for the Cherry Tigers. Now he'll get it back to Cerna. That's Sam Cerna. To the right side, he has Caleb Reinerson, who's the only non-Osama or non-Cerna on the floor right now. Here's Nick Cerna. Trying for Sam, going to get intercepted by Jared Hamilton, who takes it up the floor, lays it in, and he's got the first 2 points of the second half. Here's Sam Cerna working it up the floor for the Cherry Tigers. He's going to find Noah Osma by the free throw line. Cherry gets it out here to Caleb Reinerson on the right, or the left, excuse me, left side. Reinerson across the way finds Sam Cerna. Back to Noah Osma, who stops up in front of Struess. They kick it out to Nick Cerna. And Nick working to his left will pass to Sam. Sam pulling up, gets it down low. Reinerson puts it in off the glass. Caleb Reinerson, those were his first 2 points of the game, and they answer the first 2 points of the second half for PRB to make it 49-29. Bristow, left side, works to Struess across the way, this time to Hamilton. Hamilton around the perimeter, going to find Andrew Bukers, who momentarily lost it, came back up with it. Bukers looking for Struess, got him. Now out to Bristow for three. Off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by the Cherry Tigers. Coming up with it is Reinerson, but now Hamilton with the steal. Jared Hamilton coming up with it, puts it up, and nice touch. He's got two. Back to an 18-point ball game here. It's 49-31. Cerna to Cerna. Here's Nick on the right. Still looking like zone defense this time for PRB. Reinerson fires across the way to Isaiah Osama. And now to Sam Cerna, the senior. To fellow senior Cerna Nick. Reinerson has Cerna again. Sam gets the ball stripped away that time by Hamilton. Now a nice pass by Tulinchik finds Hamilton, and another 2 points for Jared. He's got all 6 points in the second half for PRB, and now it's a 16-point game. 49-33 with 15:15 to go in the game. We'll take a break and see if PRB can continue their run after this.
Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River is once again hosting a breast cancer fundraising tournament. Have some fun and help out a great cause Saturday, January 29th. Everyone is welcome to this 9-pin no-tap tournament starting at 9 a.m. $35 tax-deductible entry fee. Please consider donating items to the silent auction to raise even more. We'll come pick it up. Community Bowl and Pizzeria's breast cancer fundraising tournament, January 29th. Call Community Bowl at 218-587-3100 for more information, to register, or donate.
Welcome back to Pine River-Backus High School. From the Cub Foods at Brainerd Baxter Studios, my Cub, my way, and Lakes Proud. Ready to pick up our coverage the second half here. A matinee basketball game. Nothing better than spending an early afternoon in the gym. Here is Isaiah Osma working it up the floor for the Cherry Tigers after the break. Sam Cerna beyond the arc here. Right side, he has Noah. To Caleb Reinerson, back to Noah, down low. Noah getting by Ryan Struess, takes a foul. They say the shot doesn't count, or never mind. Actually, a traveling called that time on Osama. So ball will go back to PRB, and now a chance to cut into the lead even further. And now a foul going to get called near the half-court line, and I think that's going to be on Reinerson. It is. That was Reinerson's second personal foul. First team foul of the half for either team. 3 minutes in. Inbounded here to Brady Bristow. Bristow taking it up the floor, finds Struess. Nice pass, nice bucket. 14-point game now for the Tigers. A nice start to the second half. Need more of this to get back into the game. Cerna passes to the other Cerna. Nick to Isaiah Osama. Isaiah across the way to Noah. Into the corner. Sam Cerna, foul. This one's going to get called on Brady Bristow. And that was Bristow's second personal foul of this game. First team foul of the half for PRB. Got the Tiger mascot in the crowd tonight, folks, and I should specify he's here to represent PRB. not Cherry. Go Tigers, though, no matter what school you're a fan of. Into the corner, Isaiah Asama getting it to Noah. Still zone defense for PRB. Nice pursuit by Jared Hamilton, but they get it away to Sam Cerna on the left. Cerna finding Noah Asama. To the elbow, Nick Cerna. Across the way has Reinerson. Reinerson kicks it out. Isaiah's open for three. Off the rim. Bristow collects the rebound. PRB with a chance to make the game even closer. Andrew Bucher's open for three. Missing off the rim. But it goes into the hands of Bristow, and now it looks like we're going to get a jump ball situation. Officials conversing here. They're not sure how they're going to handle it. Yes, they do say it is a jump ball. And so, possession arrow pointing toward Cherry. That'll give them the ball. Under 14 minutes left in the game, and it's a 14-point game. Isaiah Asama for Cherry. Passing right side here. Cerna seeing some nice aggressive defense in the early going here in the second half from PRB. Out of the zone. It is Reinerson. Reinerson falls down, gets himself back up. Cerna on the left. He falls down, and now a scrum for the ball results in a jump ball. PRB gets it back. Off the inbound pass, here's Bristow. Can't make it a 10-point game here, but they can make it an 11 or 12-point game as it's handed off to Jared Hamilton. Hamilton finds Struess on the right wing. Struess finds Bristow. Bristow thought about the three-pointer, didn't take it though, gets it back to Struess. Struess finds a floater, misses off the backboard. It's going to get rebounded by Noah Asama. Noah to Sam Cerna, who misses the layup, and now collecting the rebound, Struess. Hamilton, open look, misses the layup, can't get it back. Now Nick Cerna with it. Cerna gets it away to Noah Asama. Missed opportunity there. Here is Isaiah Asama going to get fouled. And I think that was Bristow again. Third personal foul of this game for Bristow, so he's going to want to be a little careful with close to 13 minutes left in the game. 12:41 to be exact. Inbounded here to Isaiah. Isaiah gets it to Noah on the right side. Noah Asama pulls up, kicks it out. Isaiah, floater, got it. 16-point game again. It's 51-35. Here's Bristow. Trying to get by Reinerson. Good footwork. Juking Reinerson out of his shoes there, but he passes this one away to Andrew Buchers, and a foul looks like it's going to get called on Nick Cerna as the second team foul of the half. Second personal foul as well for Nick Cerna. As Tulinchik inbounds it here to Hamilton. They find Struess now. Struess back to Bristow. Long range three, rims out. Tough break. Rebounded by Noah Asama, and a tough dribble. And Noah, upset with himself with that one, bounced it off his own foot and out of bounds. Tulinchik to inbound it here from the baseline with 12 minutes left in the game. He gets it into Struess. Struess back to Tulinchik, who's open for three. He misses short. Can Struess save it? He does, but Tulinchik not ready to save it again. It goes out of bounds. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout taken. 11:55 to go in this game. A 16-point game. Cherry Tigers with the lead over the Pine River-Backus Tigers. We're going to take a break and be back after about 30 seconds on yourliveevent.com.
At R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, we aspire to provide the best in local sports coverage for our area teams. Listen to our Wake the Lakes morning show for local news, weather, and sports every weekday morning from 6 to 9. If you're enjoying the video coverage for the PRB Tigers, thank the sponsoring businesses you see advertising. They make it possible. If you're a business owner and want to reach our viewers and listeners, go to yourliveevent.com and click Advertise. That's yourliveevent.com.
We're back with you here at Pine River-Backus High School. Wanted to draw attention to something, folks. Coming up after the game, we're going to be giving out some post-game honors, and I want to thank some of the sponsors of our Big Deal Player of the Game award. Our Big Deal sponsors include Brandel Motors of Aiken, Riverwood Healthcare, Willie's Marine of McGregor, the Pizza Ranch in Baxter and Little Falls, Whippler Precast in Pine River, W.W. Thompson Concrete Products of Brainerd, and BigDealAuctions.com. We'll thank the rest later, but a big thank you to, of course, all of our sponsors for helping bring this coverage of Pine River-Backus sports to the forefront with homegrown local radio. Could not do it without them, as the inbound pass goes to Isaiah Osama for Cherry, up to Nick Cerna. Reinerson finding Cerna across the way. Sam gets it to Noah. Sam again for three. Off the mark. Isaiah gets the rebound, kicks it out, and a holding call is going to get called on, it looks like Andrew Buchers. Or hold on a second. It's going to get called on Cherry. That one's on Reinerson. And that was Reinerson's third personal foul. Third team foul of the half for Cherry. It's inbounded here to Bristow. Bristow stops up. No look pass, and Andrew Buchers not ready for it. That's kind of the one downside. It was a well-placed pass, but Buchers thinking, oh, he's not looking at me. I'm not going to get it. Goes out of bounds. Isaiah Osma over and back. Pretty easy call that time. I thought for a second it might not get called, but it did. So, ball goes back to PRB here. Trying to cut into this lead, which is still 16 for the Cherry Tigers. 51-35 ball game. It's Bristow. Right side. Gonna get by Reinerson. He'll pass to Tulenchik on the wing. Tulenchik to Struess. Looks like zone defense now for Cherry. And now it's kicked out to Buchers. Buchers baseline. He's gonna step out with it. Ball goes back to the Cherry Tigers here as it's inbounded to Isaiah Osama. As now Nick Cerna will get it to Noah Osama. Still have not seen any of Isaac Osama, who got into foul trouble in that first half here in the second half. It's Isaiah with the ball to Sam Cerna on the left. Tulenchik sticking with him defensively here, and he'll pass to the right side to Isaiah. Nice pass here to the free throw line to Sam Cerna, who takes it back out, gets it away to Nick Cerna. 10.5 minutes left in the game. To the elbow, Noah, down low, open Reinerson. He'll miss. Rebounded by Hamilton. Good lead pass here to Struess, to Tulenchik. Back out, Bristow open for three. Money. Nice shot by Bristow to cut the lead to 13. PRB can see the light at the end of the tunnel if they can keep this run going for just a little bit longer. To the left, Isaiah Osma gets it to Reinerson. Down low, Nick Cerna out to Sam Cerna. To the corner, Isaiah floats it up. Off the mark, rebounded by Struess. PRB keep cutting into the lead here. Bristow on the right. Reinerson's the guy on him. Bristow with a pass to Hamilton. What's Hamilton going to do with it now at the free throw line? Down low, finding Bristow. Can he back down Isaiah Osama? We're going to get a foul down there. And I think that is going to get... Oh, never mind. Oh, it was Isaiah Osama, the guilty party on the foul there. That was his first personal foul of the game, and it looks like Isaac is back in the game for the first time here in the second half. And we're about halfway through the second half. And I think that this is a good situation to bring him back in if you're Christensen. Inbounded here to Struess. Good physical play, good physical defense, and Struess unable to make it, but now coming up with it almost is Tulenchik, and it'll go out of bounds. Good effort that time by Irvin Tulenchik, but he can't come up with it. 9 minutes, 24 seconds left. Here's Isaac Osma. He'll pass right side, Sam Cerna. You'll notice, folks, just how much the performance of this Cherry team has changed without Isaac Osma. Here's a three-pointer from Sam Cerna. That's off the mark, rebounded by Bristow, and Bristow up the floor with it. Pulls up for three. He'll miss short. Ball bouncing around. Coming up with it is Isaiah. And now back to Isaac, up the left side of the floor. Isaac threading through the defense, has a floater, but he misses with it as well. Coming up with it, it's Tulenchik. To the right side, he'll find Bristow. Bristow looking for a man. He'll find one in Struess to his left. Struess down low, puts it up, misses. Bristow there as reinforcements arrive. Can't get it, but now Struess back with it. What's Struess going to do? He puts it up, blocked that time by Isaac. Struess again, misses, but Bristow comes up with it. And now Bristow's got it and one! What a chaotic sequence. I have no idea how PRB kept coming up with the ball there, but they did. A combined effort that time of Ryan Struess and Brady Bristow to keep it. That makes it now an 11-point game, and Brady Bristow at the line can make it a 10-point game. It was a 20-point game at the half. That lead not going to get cut in half quite yet as Bristow misses the three-point opportunity. Still 51-40. Isaac Osama kicks it out here. Nick Cerna for three. Swish. And that'll get some momentum back for Cherry. 54-40 the score. Bristow to the right side. He'll find Struess to his left. Now back to Jared Hamilton. Hamilton taking it in. He will travel with it. Up and down that time, I should say, for Jared Hamilton. He looked for a pass, could not get it away. 8 minutes left here in the game. It's a 14-point contest. Isaac with the ball for Cherry. He's calling out a play for his teammates here. Down low, he's going to find Nick Cerna. Now Noah gets blocked that time by Hamilton, but comes back up with it. Now Sam Cerna tries a three. Got it. Back-to-back three-pointers. That's a big swing for Cherry as they have snatched the momentum back, and now it's 57-40. We're going to get a timeout with that. Taken by Coach Jordan Ackerman of PRB, so we'll step aside. 57-40. Cherry Tigers with the lead. 7.5 minutes left in the game. We'll be back after this.
Great people, economic viability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools also offers a variety of community ed programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community, making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family. PRBschools.org.
The PRB Tigers had outscored Cherry in the second half 13-4, but then back-to-back three-pointers by the Cerna twins have brought the lead back to 17 for Cherry, and it's 57-40. So PRB probably going to need a couple of threes of their own at some point if they want to get back in this one. As it's inbounded here to Jared Hamilton to resume play. Hamilton going to find Tulenchik. They wrap it around back to Hamilton, and now a good defensive play by Isaiah Osma. Almost gets the steal, but Struess able to come up with it. Good on offense, and now he gets it in off the post. Ryan Struess has 11 points now for Pine River-Backus. It's 57-42. Isaac Osma for the Cherry Tigers. Good pass to Noah across the way. Noah back to Isaac, who kicks it out. Isaiah wide open for three. Bouncing in off the rim, then off the backboard. That's going to find its way down, and Isaiah will take it. 60-42. Bounce pass here to Jared Hamilton on the right. Can Hamilton float it up? He does, but he takes a foul in the process. And I guess they say he wasn't in the act of shooting there. Foul got called on Sam Cerna. That was his first personal foul. Struess heading out for PRB. They bring Robert Bukers back into the game, as here's Tulenchik from the baseline ready to inbound it. Gets it in, aggressive pass to Jared Hamilton. Hamilton finding Bristow, back to him. Aggressive pass across the court. Good jump that time by Irvin Tulenchik to get it. Now Bukers, Robert can't come up with it. Down low, Stealing the ball that time, Noah Asama. Cherry back on offense, 6.5 minutes left in the game. Noah into the corner. Isaac, pump fakes, lays it in. Isaac Asama with his first points of the second half after he had to sit out most of it in foul trouble. Now Jared Hamilton almost gets the ball swiped out by Sam Cerna, but that's going to go out of bounds. PRB will retain possession here, down by 20 again. Hamilton gets it across the court to Tulenchik. Good passing here, finding Andrew Bukers, and that's a tailor-made 2 points. 62-44 the score now. It's Noah Asama getting it up right side to Isaiah. Got the defense chant coming in from the PRB student section as Isaac to the left has Nick Cerna. Nick back to Isaac into the corner. Noah for three. Misses off the rim, but a good rebound that time by Isaiah. Back out to Isaac, and he misses the three. Now it's rebounded by Jared Hamilton. Hamilton hustling up the floor here for PRB. Gets the ball knocked out by Sam Cerna. Great defensive play. Now back with it, it's Cherry. Across the way, pulling up for two. Isaiah Asama misses the jump shot. PRB with a little over 5 minutes back left to come back in this one. Tulenchik into the corner, finding Bukers. Andrew down low to Jared Hamilton. And we have a foul down there. Pretty easy call that time on the Cherry defense. Only question is whether it's going to be on Sam Cerna or Noah Asama. Or excuse me, Nick Cerna. That was on Nick. His third personal foul of the game. Sixth team foul of the half for Cherry, almost in the bonus category. And now Andrew Bukers with a two-pointer off the nice inbound pass. A 16-point game. Isaac has Noah. Back to Nick here on the right wing. Nick Cerna passing down low to Isaiah, who kicks it out. Noah, floater, misses. Airballed that time, and it's rebounded by Bristow. Bristow, left side, gonna find Tulenchik. Bristow for three, misses off the left side, but it's rebounded this time by Tulenchik off a fortunate bounce. Tulenchik finds Hamilton. To the elbow, Robert Bukers. Back to the left side, Tulenchik. Bristow's open now, top of the key. Down low, good pass to Robert Bukers. He'll kick it out. Jared Hamilton tries the three. Missing off the rim. Bukers almost there, but ill-timed jump that time. But PRB still able to come up with it. Again with the three. Bristow off the mark. Ball rolling around, and it looks like we're going to get a jump ball. Possession arrow was pointing toward Cherry, so they'll take it back here with a little over 4 minutes left. 4:02 in this game. As Cherry strengthening their grip on this game with each passing second. Isaac Asama back with the ball. He'll pass to Nick Cerna. Nick's going to find Isaiah. Now out to Sam Cerna. Off the mark for three. Getting the rebound. It's Irvin Tulenchik. PRB back with the ball on offense. They're going to want to get aggressive now. Bristow pulls up, passes. Hamilton kicks it out. Bukers for three. Off the mark, just a little long that time, and it's going to get rebounded by Isaac Asama. Isaac across the half-court line. Bounce pass to the right to Isaiah. Isaiah Asama. Now they kick it back out to Isaac Asama. Isaac down low to Noah Asama. Now to Nick Cerna. Cerna down low. Finds an open Isaiah Asama who misses the jump shot. Rebounded that time by the PRB Tigers. A little over 3 minutes left. And that aggressive point that I made earlier, going to need to, again, it's still very much in play. PRB's got a ways to go to come back in this game and not a lot of time left. Left side, Tulenchik. Down low, looking for Struess. Struess gets the good catch, and now a foul going to get called on Nick Cerna. That was the fourth personal foul for Nick Cerna, so now two players on the floor for Cherry are in foul trouble. We'll see if they make a substitution with 2:51 left. It is Struess at the line. He's only shot one free throw in this game, and he made it. And now he's 2 for 2, both of which have been banks. As now Burke Netland subbing in for PRB. They take out Andrew Bukers. Struess, the free throw line. Can't quite make his second one. And it's rebounded by Noah Asama. Noah finding Sam Cerna, who kicks it out Isaiah. Isaiah back to Noah. Noah trying to get by Bristow, kicks it out. Nick Cerna for three. Got it! Nick Cerna, with his third three-pointer of the game, has made it an 18-point game. As this one from Tulinchik to Bristow, it looks like we're going to get a foul called. And was that on Isaac Asama? He was in the area. That might be it. No, that was Sam Cerna, so still very consequential as Nick Cerna, has fouled out. And Caleb Reinerson is in to replace him. Brady Bristow at the line has 1 and 1 here with the free throws with the team foul situation for Cherry now reaching 8. Bristow's first, got it. Andrew Bugers to sub back in, this time for Burke Netland. 2:26 to go in this game. It's looking like Cherry's going to come away with the win here, barring a miracle for PRB. Bristow going 2 for 2 from the line there. It's 65-49. Noah Asama for the Cherry Tigers, getting it to Isaac. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout taken by Coach Jordan Christensen of Cherry. It's a 16-point game. Cherry Tigers up with 2:16 left in this contest. We'll take a quick break and be back with more coverage of boys basketball, courtesy of Homegrown Local Radio on yourliveevent.com.
The PRB Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like them on Facebook for events and fundraisers. The PRB Boosters could use your help. Be part of great events and fundraisers, all built to give back and present more opportunities for the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information or to get started, email prboosterclub1.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month at 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Boosters.
Folks, I'm a big believer in the idea that correlation does not imply causation, and that's something that all the smartest people will tell you. But nevertheless, the difference that this Cherry Tigers team saw without Isaac Asama was incredible. In that, in the second half, without Isaac Asama on the floor, PRB outscored Cherry 13-4. With Isaac Asama on the floor, it's been huge for Cherry. They've outscored PRB by 25 with Isaac Asama on the floor. So when he got into foul trouble in that first half, I said it could be a big deal. Unfortunately, I guess he just, he's played a lot here in the second half with these 4 fouls, and he's just been a lot more careful. So obviously the most important player out there for Cherry based on that data set, as here's a pass to Isaiah Asama, and he's going to miss the three-pointer. Rebounded here by PRB. Bristow, right side, pulling up. Long 2-point shot, off the mark. And that's going to go out of bounds off of the PRB Tigers. 1 minute 52 seconds left in this game. It's looking like Cherry's going to get the win here. And folks, a note, if you are a Cherry Tigers fan and you don't know the upcoming schedule for Cherry, they're going to play the #1 team in the state tomorrow in the early afternoon as well, Hayfield. They have Hayfield, and PRB is going to be in LaPorte on Tuesday, as now we're going to get a foul called on the PRB Tigers. That was Jared Hamilton, his third personal foul. 1 minute 42 left, inbounded here to Isaac Asama. To Noah. Now to Sam Cerna. Cerna's going to find Isaiah. Only one Cerna out there, so I guess I can call Sam Cerna just Cerna now, as Cerna will now get it to the free throw line, and we're going to get another foul called on PRB. This one's on Ryan Struess. That was his first personal foul of the game. Less than a minute and a half left. So Cherry's going to be 14-3. PRB will fall to 9-11. But again, a chance to get their 10th win of the season in LaPorte on Tuesday. And now a pass from Reinerson sent out of bounds. They say that Netland was the last one to touch it there. this Tigers team, they had a chance. They really. Oh, we're going to get a timeout here. So that point will have to wait. 1:25 left here in the game. It is 65-49. Cherry Tigers leading the PRB Tigers. We'll be back after this.
Schrupp Excavating LLC is ready to serve you with any excavation project. Schrupp Excavating provides residential and commercial new construction site prep, demolition, road and driveway construction, basements, septic system design and installation, stump or brush removal, and delivery of sand, gravel, rock, dirt, and more. 37 years and still digging it right. Schrupp Excavating will have your project done right and on time, serving Pine River, Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Schrupp Excavating LLC, online at schruppexcavating.com.
Welcome back to Pine River-Backus High School, fresh off the timeout. Cherry Tigers on offense here. Sam Parsons with you on the call for some matinee basketball. Isaac Osima with the ball, passing to Isaiah. He kicks it out to Sam Cerna. Back to Isaac here. 1:10 left. Cherry content to take their sweet time here with a 16-point lead, and now looks like Burke Netland going to be guilty of a foul here. His first personal and the 5th team foul of the half for Pine River-Backus. Folks, unfortunately, the schedule not getting too much easier for PRB, as after they have LaPorte on Tuesday, they get Cass Lake Bena at home, and it'll actually be yours truly on the call for that. And Cass Lake Bena, number 2 in the state after the aforementioned Hayfield, who gets Cherry tomorrow. So both of these teams, suffice it to say, very much battle-tested. And now we're going to get another foul by Andrew Buchers here, and that will send Noah Osima to the line. I don't think it matters too much here. A minute left in this game, and Cherry's up by 16. Noah Osima with a chance to extend that lead here. He has taken 2 free throw shot attempts so far, made 1 of them. 1-1 is going to get that second one as the first one falls. 66-49 the score. And the second of 2 off the back iron. Rebounded by Tulenchik. As now Hamilton with a pass going to get knocked away by Cerna, and now a pass off the hands of Andrew Buchers goes out of bounds, but they say that it was Noah Osima who was the last one to touch it. 53.6 seconds remaining here in the game. Inbounded here to Hamilton, to Bristow, who tries a long 3-pointer. It's going to rim out. Rebounded by Cherry. Isaac works this one up to Cerna, back to Noah. And now a ball bounces out of bounds off the hand of Andrew Buchers. Almost a pretty nice play defensively there to get the ball back. Looks like Jared Hamilton kind of clutching at his chest there, but he seems fine. Brady Bristow also subbing out Burke Netland, and Robert Buchers now in the game for PRB. And a substitution for Cherry as well. They bring in Aiden Capo for Caleb Reinerson. This one's going to get inbounded to Isaac Osima. Osima takes a foul from Irvin Tulenchik, and he will head to the line. Isaac 0 for 1 in his only trip to the charity stripe here. More substitutions for the PRB Tigers as they bring Bristow and Hamilton back out. Isaac Osima's first of 2, got it. Or I should say really first of a 1-and-1. 67-49 the score, and Isaac drains that one to make it 68-49. Here's Bristow, right side of the court. Handing it off. Tulenchik tries the 3, but he's blocked that time. Nice play by Isaac Osima. Here is Noah working it up to Capo. Capo loses it. Coming up with it is Jared Hamilton. Too aggressive with the pass to Tulenchik there. Tulenchik able to stop himself from running into the padding there. Well, he did, but no injuries. We're all good. 20.9 seconds left. A mere formality for Cherry here, as Isaac looking like he's going to be content to just dribble this one as the clock ticks down to 0. 10 seconds left, and again, Cherry will improve their record to 14-3 with a 68-49 win over Pine River-Backus. PRB, admirable effort in the second half to come back and make it interesting for a little bit there, but ultimately they will fall to 9-11. Again, our final score, 68-49. The PRB Tigers lose this one, and Cherry getting the W. We'll take a break. We'll get our stats all ready for you guys. Have some post-game interviews as well on the way for you. You're listening to us and also watching us live on yourliveevent.com, courtesy of Homegrown Local Radio. We'll be back after a quick break.
Restock on food, fuel, and baits at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 has bait and tackle, quality Cenex gasoline, off-road diesel, and is the only stop with #1 diesel. Make sure to stop by to wash off the sand and salt with their indoor car wash, open when the temp is at least 26 degrees. They'll hook you up with your fishing and hunting licenses too. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
PRB Tigers Action with your live event is made possible by the advertising businesses you see throughout this broadcast. They help ensure that we can bring you the coverage at the best price, free. Please thank and support our sponsoring businesses. If you own a business or your organization wants to reach the listeners and viewers of your live event and RNJ Broadcasting Incorporated, go to yourliveevent.com and click advertise or contact one of the offices in Brainerd or Aiken. Enjoy the broadcast.
Coming June 23rd through the 25th at Brainerd International Raceway, the Midwest Premier Country and Rock Festival. Lakes Jam presented by R&J Broadcasting. On the Bud Light main stage, hear John Party, Tesla, Gabby Barrett, Warrant, Kicks, Mark Wills, and more. It's more than a music festival with watercross, drifting, poker tourneys, lawnmower racing, and more. For tickets and more information, visit lakesjam.com.
Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River is holding a fundraising tournament Saturday, February 12th for owner Sandy Zoldi as she fights leukemia. Everyone is welcome. 2-person teams bowling 3 games, 2 p.m. start with $50 entry fee per person. There's also a benefit for Sandy at the Pine River Legion Sunday, February 20th, starting at 3. Let's help save Sandy. Community Bowls fundraising tournament February 12th and benefit February 20th. Call Community Bowl at 218-587-3100 for information to register or donate.
Country Doc Veterinary Clinic in Pine River is proud to support radio coverage of our area athletes. No matter the sport, they salute the kids and coaches for all their dedication and wish them all the best of luck. Country Doc Veterinary Clinic thanks all the coaches, staff, and volunteers for taking the time to provide our area kids plenty of opportunities. Country Doc Veterinary Clinic is located east of Pine River on County Road 1, providing compassionate small animal care for your beloved pets.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you.
Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Hannikin Insurance Agency is proud to support today's coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Piers, or Brainerd online at hannikininsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
This is Jim Berkemar, owner of R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Together with Bernie, we're inviting you to join us on a tour of Victoria, Vancouver, and the Canadian Rockies, July 14th through 23rd. On this tour, we'll visit historic Victoria, tour the breathtaking Butchert Gardens, and experience the stunning scenery of the Canadian Rockies via rails train. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ. Learn more about this tour and watch the travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure. Remember the keyword RJ.
Welcome back to Pine River-Backus High School. Sam Parsons with you here. We just wrapped up our game coverage of PRB against Cherry. The Cherry Tigers getting the 68-49 win over Pine River-Backus. We'll just take a quick second to talk about the stats that we had from that game. We'll start with the PRB Tigers. They were led in this game by Brady Bristow, who notched 16 points. Andrew Buchers with 11, Ryan Struess with 12. Jared Hamilton had 8 and Robert Buchers had 2. For the Cherry Tigers, they were led in this one by the Asamas. It was Isaiah Asama with 18, as well as Isaac Asama, who also contributed 18. And they also had Noah Asama and Nick Cerna contributing 11 each. Sam Cerna with 8 and Caleb Reinerson with 2. So the scoring simultaneously concentrated and spread out for Cherry. They didn't have anybody explode for 20 plus, but they had 5 players with at least double figures, or excuse me, 4 players with double figures, and then 1 other player that had 8. So again, they were able to spread the ball around. Great passing was, again, the key to the game for Cherry that whole game, and they really executed extremely well in that regard. That was pretty much the difference. And also great defense down low. Despite the fact that they were undersized in comparison to PRB, they were really, really disciplined in this game. So my hat's off to Cherry. They looked really good, and they certainly looked like they were worthy of their 13-3 record going in. Now at 14-3, they are primed to maybe make some noise in the postseason. Who knows? But that's just the way that the scoring happened here tonight, or this afternoon, folks, in this matinee basketball game. I think we're going to take a quick break. I think that we were going to try to get some post-game interviews with some of the PRB Tigers and Cherry Tigers. Looks like the JV game is actually going to be happening right after this, so I'm hoping that both coaches can stick around and help me out here. But in the meantime, we're going to step aside for a quick minute. If we can't get any post-game interviews, then we will, at the very least, just get right to our post-game awards. We'll see what happens next, folks. It depends on what we get. So that's after a quick word from our sponsors. Live here on yourliveevent.com, courtesy of Homegrown Local Radio. We'll be back after this.
Coming June 23rd through the 25th at Brainerd International Raceway, the Midwest Premier Country and Rock Festival. Lakes Jam presented by R&J Broadcasting. On the Bud Light main stage, hear John Party, Tesla, Gabby Barrett, Warrant, Kix, Mark Wills, and more. It's more than a music festival with watercross, drifting, poker tourneys, lawnmower racing, and more. For tickets and more information, visit lakesjam.com.
Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River is once again hosting a breast cancer fundraising tournament. Have some fun and help out a great cause Saturday, January 29th. Everyone is welcome to this 9-pin no-tap tournament starting at 9 a.m. $35 tax-deductible entry fee. Please consider donating items to the silent auction to raise even more. We'll come pick it up. Community Bowl and Pizzeria's Breast Cancer Fundraising Tournament, January 29th. Call Community Bowl at 218-587-3100 for more information, to register, or donate. At R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, we aspire to provide the best in local sports coverage for our area teams. Listen to our Wake the Lakes morning show for local news, weather, and sports every weekday morning from 6 to 9. If you're enjoying the video coverage for the PRB Tigers, thank the sponsoring businesses you see advertising. They make it possible. If you're a business owner and want to reach our viewers and listeners, go to yourliveevent.com and click Advertise. That's yourliveevent.com.
Back with you here at Pine River-Backus High School. Sam Parsons with you, now joined by some of the Cherry Tigers, and we are starting with Isaac Asama, who was one of the leaders in points scored for Cherry this afternoon with 18. Isaac, thought you had a great game out there, but just from your perspective, what were some of the things that you thought you did well?
I thought I kept our team energetic and focused throughout the game. I got in foul trouble early, and that put me out for a while of it, but our team just really pushed through it and played well together.
What's your role once you fouled, or you didn't foul out. You got into foul trouble there, and you had to stay out of the game for like 7 or 8 minutes there. What was your role that you took upon yourself from the bench? Like, what were you saying to your teammates?
I wanted to get energy going with like the bench kids, like hype our team up and just play better or play harder. And on the court for those guys, like just encouraging them and keep them going.
Isaac, and this is something that applies to all of you guys because you guys for Cherry, 2 different last names between your starting 5. You guys are all related pretty much. What do you think that means like for your chemistry to play with these guys?
It's super cool because like we're always together, we're always hanging out and stuff like that. So like we just bond like that, and on the court it just helps a lot.
And Isaac, just a last question for you. What do you think in moving forward? Your team now 14-3. You guys have Hayfield tomorrow. They're the number 1 team in the state. What's your mindset?
We got to go out there and play as hard as we can. We know that they're a really good team. We got to stick to our game plan that our coach made and just trust in each other.
Absolutely. Isaac Osma, thank you for your time here for our post-game show. Stick around. I'll have something for you, but best of luck to you moving forward, bud.
Thank you.
All right, we'll move on to Sam Cerna. Sam, my name is Sam too, by the way, so nice going there. Sam, I thought you had a great game out there as well. One of the seniors for this Cherry team scored 8 points, really good defensive plays as well, but what were some of the things that you thought you did well out there?
I always try to bring intensity on defense, get some steals, turn into transition points for my team, and just hype us up on the court.
Well, that was pretty much exactly what you did. You got a lot of steals. I don't keep track of those individually, but I know you got a lot of those. Has that been your approach all season? Because I know that's been a strength for this Cherry team. You guys are giving up less than 55 points a game. What do you think the role that you play specifically? What do you think about the role that you specifically play in this defense?
Well, I like to guard like one of their better ball handlers, so I like to force it to some people that can't dribble as well and get turnovers and just go the other way, get some easy buckets.
And Sam, being a senior, I just wanted to ask what the season means to you, because Cherry has not had a team like this, it seems, record-wise in a while. So just what does it mean to you to be in this position that you guys are in right now?
It means a lot. We're trying to go deep in the playoffs, maybe make a state run, and that's what our goal is. And this means a lot being my last year and hopefully leading these guys to a tournament.
All right. Well, Sam, I appreciate your time here. A great game out there for you as well. Stick around as well. We'll have something for you, but best of luck to you moving forward, bud.
Thank you.
We'll wrap up with his twin brother, Nick. I'm also a twin, too, so my goodness, I can relate to you guys here. Nick, you had a great game out there as well. You did foul out, but you scored 11 points on your way out. So from your perspective, what do you think you did well out there?
I think that I shot the ball well, and I got on the ball, had a lot of hustle plays, I think. Boxed out hard.
Absolutely. You guys really did show a lot of hustle out there. Being a senior, Nick, what is the difference that you think? What do you think is the difference between this year's Cherry team and the other ones that you have been on?
We just bring it every day in practice. We go 100% all the time.
Absolutely. And you guys definitely delivered 100% out there today. And I'll ask you the same question that I asked Isaac. Tomorrow you guys have the number 1 team in the state on the schedule. Well, what's your mindset going into that one after a game like this?
We just have to get on the 50-50 balls, rebound, and play our game, and we'll be good.
All right. Nick Cerna joining us for our post-game show here. Nick, appreciate your time. Oh, well, we're good with that. Thank you for your time, and best of luck to you guys moving forward. We'll take a quick break and wrap up our post-game show after this on yourliveevent.com.
Great people, economic viability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools also offers a variety of community ed programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community, making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family. PRBschools.org.
The PRB Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like them on Facebook for events and fundraisers. The PRB Boosters could use your help. Be part of great events and fundraisers, all built to give back and present more opportunities for the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information or to get started, email prboosterclub1.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month at 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Boosters.
Schrupp Excavating LLC is ready to serve you with any excavation project. Schrupp Excavating provides residential and commercial new construction site prep, demolition, road and driveway construction, basements, septic system design and installation, stump or brush removal, and delivery of sand, gravel, rock, dirt, and more. 37 years and still digging it right. Schrupp Excavating will have your project done right and on time, serving Pine River, Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Schrupp Excavating LLC, online at schruppexcavating.com.
Restock on food, fuel, and baits at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 has bait and tackle, quality Cenex gasoline, off-road diesel, and is the only stop with #1 diesel. Make sure to stop by to wash off the sand and salt with their indoor car wash. Open when the temp is at least 26 degrees. They'll hook you up with your fishing and hunting licenses too. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
PRB Tigers Action with your live event is made possible by the advertising businesses you see throughout this broadcast. They help ensure that we can bring you the coverage at the best price, free. Please thank and support our sponsoring businesses. If you own a business or your organization wants to reach the listeners and viewers of your live event and RNJ Broadcasting Incorporated, go to yourliveevent.com and click advertise or contact one of the offices in Brainerd or Aiken. Enjoy the broadcast.
Coming June 23rd through the 25th at Brainerd International Raceway, the Midwest Premier Country and Rock Festival. Lakes Jam presented by R&J Broadcasting. On the Bud Light main stage, hear John Party, Tesla, Gabby Barrett, Warrant, Kicks, Mark Wills, and more. It's more than a music festival with watercross, drifting, poker tourneys, lawnmower racing, and more. For tickets and more information, visit lakesjam.com.
Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River is holding a fundraising tournament Saturday, February 12th for owner Sandy Zoldi as she fights leukemia. Everyone is welcome. 2-person teams bowling 3 games, 2 p.m. start with $50 entry fee per person. There's also a benefit for Sandy at the Pine River Legion Sunday, February 20th, starting at 3. Let's help save Sandy. Community Bowls fundraising tournament February 12th and benefit February 20th. Call Community Bowl at 218-587-3100 for information to register or donate.
Perfect timing. All right, we're back here live on yourliveevent.com. Sam Parsons with you, now joined by Jordan Ackerman. Jordan, bit of an interesting game there. You guys brought it back pretty close there in the second half and made it a game, but just what were some of your observations generally from what we just saw?
I was really pleased with our second half. Like you said, we came out defensively with just a ton of energy. We're really getting in the passing lanes and doing a lot of little things that we haven't done consistently enough, so we really shut them down there for a stretch, but give up 3 possessions in a row where they hit threes, and that turned the tide to a 17-point ball game. And we just struggled to get buckets down the end. But overall, I'm really proud of our kids for competing, being down 20 and going into halftime and just continuing to fight and claw their way back and making that a really competitive game for themselves. And hopefully it was pretty good entertainment for everybody watching today.
It was, and I love the energy here in the arena. You don't see games like that every day. And Jordan, what was the difference that you saw in that second half? Because I thought second half defensively you guys were great in comparison to that first half. What was the difference that you saw there?
I just think toughness and aggressiveness. They sometimes have just their nature as kids and as people. They're pretty just mellow, laid back. So I think they just realize we got to play hard or this game's going to get out of control with a team that good. So they really brought their intensity up and played hard and were in the right spots. And I think their just intensity was a lot higher.
Well, you had about like I said before the game, you had about a 15-hour break before this game against a top 20 team in the state. Now you got a little break until next Tuesday when you play LaPorte. So what's going to be your approach over the next few days with how you handle your team?
Yeah, I think we just need to continue to improve on some little details defensively. And I need to figure out as the coach how to get them to play that hard versus every team, not just situationally, if we're down big. So I think for me personally, I just need to do a lot better job for our kids of finding a way to motivate them to play hard like that every possession. From the kids' side, they'll continue to come to practice and work hard like they always do. I'm super proud of them. They do everything I ask of them. They give it their all every game. It's just trying to figure out how to get them to that next level that, every coach wants to get their teams to, and only few can do it. And so shout out to their coach. He got their kids really competing hard across the board. So he's doing a lot of things right.
And now just to broaden the scope for the rest of the season, about a month left here of the season, what are your goals for this team over this last month or so? Yeah,
good question. My goals for them are just to continue to build our team from the JV level to the varsity. Our JV kids have to be a focus, with a month left. That's some of our kids moving forward that we have to continue to develop, get them ready for next year, but also have a good, strong end of the season. But other little things, I think we just need to continue to shoot the ball at a higher rate. We've kind of been struggling the last few games, so make sure we're getting a lot of reps shooting-wise, keeping our legs fresh, and just building our program for the years to come.
Absolutely. Jordan Ackerman, coach of the PRB Tigers, joining us for our post-game show here. Jordan, a pleasure talking with you as always. Thanks for your time, and best of luck to you guys next week.
Yeah, thanks, Sam. I appreciate your coverage today. Hope you had a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun from the broadcasting booth. We'll step aside once more and wrap up our post-game show after this.
Country Doc Veterinary Clinic in Pine River is proud to support radio coverage of our area athletes. No matter the sport, they salute the kids and coaches for all their dedication and wish them all the best of luck. Country Doc Veterinary Clinic thanks all the coaches, staff, and volunteers for taking the time to provide our area kids plenty of opportunities. Country Doc Veterinary Clinic is located east of Pine River on County Road 1, providing compassionate small animal care for your beloved pets.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you.
Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Hannikin Insurance Agency is proud to support today's coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Pierce, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
And back with you here for our post-game show. Sam Parsons with you. We just wrapped up interviews with some of the victorious Cherry Tigers, as well as Coach Jordan Ackerman from PRB. So a big thank you to all of those folks once again for joining me for our post-game show. Ready now to just segue right into our post-game honors, folks, and we will start with our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game. Enbridge thanks you for supporting the Line 3 replacement project. Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day, and it was done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. Thank you. Our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game today is going to go to Isaac Asama of Cherry. And he actually, part of the reason why was because in our post-game conversation with him, he explicitly said, I just really try to bring the energy out there. And he's clearly a very energetic kid. That actually wasn't the first time that I've spoken with him. I did coverage of the Cherry Tigers playing the Hill City Northland Storm in a playoff game not too long ago to wrap up the fall season. And I actually spoke with Isaac after that game as well. He was one of the best players for Cherry's football team in that game. I was thoroughly impressed with him and just how well-spoken he is as well. And very impressed with him in this game as well. He did a fantastic job, and I was complimenting him the entire time, specifically just because of the difference of the quality of play that this Cherry team had with and without him. It was a very stark contrast. He's the tallest player that Cherry has, and just one of their best all-around players. He does kind of a little bit of everything, and he really brought the energy out there when he was out there. Key term, of course, being when he was out there. He did miss about 7 or 8 minutes of game time with being in foul trouble in that first half, but nevertheless, still tied for the team lead in scoring. He's our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game. We also have our Pine River Family Market star of the game to give out as well. Pine River Family Market is where you can find it all and still enjoy the local hometown atmosphere. Every Wednesday, gallons of milk are just $2 for $6. Visit them online for curbside pickup or delivery. PineRiverFamilyMarketDelivers.com. Our Pine River Family Market star of the game is going to be Brady Bristow of PRB, who led the team in scoring with 16 points. And that wasn't the end of it, because he also did a fantastic job defensively. I thought he was one of the best players for PRB defensively today. getting a lot of steals. I don't keep track of steals as an individual stat, but I know that Brady had quite a few of those. He had some really impressive athletic plays as well on shots that PRB had just missed. He was there soaring through the air and then getting the ball, putting it back in for 2. That happened a couple times in the first half, which really jazzed up this crowd. I mean, it was a packed crowd here for this afternoon game. A lot of students on hand. I guess they were able to get out of class, which is pretty nice for them. So that was good stuff. Brady Bristow had a fantastic game for PRB out there today, so he is our Pine River Family Market star of the game. And we'll wrap up with our big deal player of the game. I thanked some of these sponsors earlier. I'll thank the rest now. We have the Cuyuna Regional Medical Center, Crowing Kayaks in Cross Lake, the Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, Advantage Seamless Gutters, and Baxter and Newman Construction of Brainerd. Our big deal player of the game here is going to be Sam Cerna of Cherry. And the reason I picked Sam Cerna is because like I said in my post-game talk with him, if I would have kept track of steals, I imagine he would have had a ton of those, because he was probably, I would say, the single best defensive player out there today between the two teams. He was so aggressive and so pinpoint accurate with just swatting the ball out of players' hands and not getting fouled for it. I think he only committed one personal foul in this game despite having a ton of steals, and he is not a tall kid. He is 5'7". He was the shortest player on the court out there today, but showed so much heart. I got to give him the big deal player of the game because he did a good job shooting, but he also did an amazing job on defense. So he is our big deal player of the game for today. We'll wrap up by talking about our upcoming broadcast schedule this weekend with Homegrown Local Radio. Tomorrow, quick note, the Saturday Sports Wrap on Skeeter 101.5 is getting pushed up an hour early. It'll be yours truly as well as Paul Vold on the call for that, the Shield. That's going to start at 9 a.m. on Skeeter 101.5. You can also stream that at rjbroadcasting.com starting at 9 a.m. We'll also be broadcasting live from Cross Lake Winterfest on various stations of Homegrown Local Radio from 9 a.m. till 11 a.m. So come out and see us if you're going to Winterfest tomorrow. Should be a really, really fun day of events there. Cuyuna Chamber Fishing Tournament, I should say, is the reason why the Saturday Sports Wrap got pushed up an hour, because we're going to be bringing you coverage of that on Skeeter 101.5 from the ice starting at 11 a.m. And then we have an NCAA men's basketball doubleheader, UConn at Villanova, followed by Michigan at Purdue starting at 10:45 on 3WI AM 1270 and FM 96.3. Sunday, you can catch NFL Preview and NFL Insider with Westwood 1 starting at 11:30 a.m. on 3WI AM 1270 and FM 96.3. And then we will get coverage of the NFL Pro Bowl on that same station right after that. We also have Golden Gopher men's basketball coverage on Sunday as they are in Iowa taking on the Hawkeyes. Pre-game coverage for that starts at 3 p.m. on Cash 95. And in NBA basketball on Sunday, the Minnesota Timberwolves are hosting the Detroit Pistons. Pre-game coverage starts at 2 p.m. on Skeeter 101.5. Folks, for next week, you can catch our full high school sports broadcast schedule on rjbroadcasting.com. We have kept that updated for you folks, and it should be a good week. Starts with East Central at McGregor boys basketball Monday, but then an action-packed slate for Tuesday. You can, again, find more details on that at rjbroadcasting.com. But, folks, for all of us here at Homegrown Local Radio, my name is Sam Parsons. It has been a pleasure bringing you coverage of this game. Once again, final score 68-49. Cherry gets the win over Pine River-Backus. We have plenty more coverage of high school sports on the way to wrap up the winter season here this month. And, again, for all of us at Homegrown Local Radio, my name is Sam Parsons. So long, everybody. Have a great rest of your Friday and a fantastic weekend as well. And until next time.